Hey guys, what's up? It's ironZInc or Felix here, and welcome to another episode of Redstone Command Blocks, Programming in Minecraft. In this episode, we're going to be taking a look at the tellraw command. And I am going to be splitting the tellraw command into two separate episodes, and this is going to be part one. Okay, so before I actually start teaching you this command, I figured it would be a good idea for you to actually see it in action. So, the same message. Before using the say command, we can do this. Now, using the tellraw command, I can do this. And then there's actually a difference. If I'm in a like multiplayer world, then like if the other player, for example, is pressing this button, it will actually say hi and the name of the other player instead of saying just my name using the traditional say command. And actually, that's really cool. I mentioned before that there's a better version of the say command called tellraw, and today we're going to be going over that. Okay, so let's get rid of this command block with say in it, and let's actually take a look at this command. So basically, tellraw, the key difference is, let me quickly show you something. Okay, so tellraw, basically what it means, so tell is like just tell the player. Raw, it means a raw message, so it's like a pure text message. And tellraw, and then of course the object. In this case, it's going to be act p because I'm the only player in this world, and of course I'm the nearest player. Tellraw act p. Now, what do I want to tell the player? So we put these in curly braces, okay? And there are many things we can declare in here. The basic thing is text. So like I can't speak today. So we encase everything in like quotes. So text, no capitalization, and then colon. So text, so like what's text? So now we write the text inside here. So hi, and then space. You see why I did this one later. Okay, now it will say hi and space. Yep, there we go. You can't see the space because like it's just like that. But it said hi, which is what we want. And the key difference is if I actually put this in a command block, put like the say command in the command block, say hi. So the key difference is if I press both buttons, you will see that the tellraw command gets rid of the little like square brackets and then @ sign thing. Basically, it tells the player, like this thing shows up in the player's chat, instead of showing up as something that was said by a command block. Okay. Anyways, now that it says hi, I can make it say hi, and then my name, which is ironZInc. But that's not what we want, right? We wanted to say the name of the nearest player. So instead of actually doing this, I'm going to leave it as hi space. And then I'm going to add another thing called like extra. So, of course, quotations again, extra. So basically what this extra is it can pretty much be anything. So you can use it to declare another text. You can use it to declare, in this case, a selector. So extra, and then colon. Now we encase everything in square brackets. And then inside the square brackets, because there could be like many sets of curly braces inside square brackets. I mean, that don't make sense now, it'll make sense later. Okay, so instead of square brackets, let's do some curly braces. So curly braces, and you might be wondering, what is the use of another set of square brackets? Can't we just do like, for example, oops, didn't mean to do that. So can we just do square brackets? But like in this case, I think it also works with like square brackets on the outside, on the like very outside as well. I think it also works, but it works this way because like sometimes you can have many of these like segments, curly brace segments, inside a tellraw command. So that's why we encase everything in square brackets. Actually, let's do a test, shall we? Let's actually test if this thing works with square brackets on the outside. Because I remember when I was building another map in 1.8, I used to do that all the time and it always works. And yes, it works. So if we only have like one segment of curly braces, of course we don't need the square brackets on the outside, but sometimes we can have multiple sets. So for example, hi and then, not text, not test. Bye. Kind of ionic. Seriously, ironic. I keep wanting to say ionic. I don't know why. Probably too much chemistry. So, you see it works, right? Between these two segments, we had a comma. Yep, it works. Cool. So, many times you will have many segments. For example, if you want a different color, we'll actually take a look at how to do the color later. So, text, hi, and then, like I said, extra, colon, everything has to be in quotes. By the way, for those that don't know, we're actually using a sort of like a text form used in JavaScript. It's called JSON or like JSON. JSON. This is used in JavaScript, I think. And this actually intersects with real programming. It's not like pure Minecraft anymore. It's like this thing is used in JavaScript, legit. Anyways, extra. And then of course, square brackets and curly braces. And then in here, we would do what extra? So in this case, the extra is going to be a selector. Before we talked about what selectors are, it's like @p, and for example, like give @p, or it can be @a, all players. Now those are selectors, and then we also add a type or name when we're like testing for oink and stuff. Those also count as selectors. Okay, cool. So selector. So we indicate that the extra is actually a selector colon. And I actually forgot if there should be quotations around the @p. Let's try it first with quotations. I nearly never use tellraw with like player, so I actually had to like look this up because the last time I used it, I think it was actually 1.8, and commands have changed since then. Okay, yeah, there we go. So it was with like quotations. Cool. Now let's actually take a look at something more crazy. If we take a look at the command block over here, it said hi ironZInc in red, and in this case it said hi ironZInc in white. I nearly said blue for some reason. I don't know why I nearly said blue. Okay. Now let's actually try to implement color. So let's go into our main segment over here, which is this one. Well, I can't say it's our main segment, but like one of our segments. It actually stretches from here, where my like cursor is, all the way up to here. That's our main segment. So let's do in here. Let's declare something else. Let's declare another thing called color. So it's the same thing, exactly the same thing as text. Okay. So quotes, color, American style, and colon, quotes. And inside we can declare the color. Let's do red for now. I know it looks super ugly. Let's try another color. Let's try yellow. I'm not sure if you will be able to enter like color codes in here. Actually, let's try that. So let's try to enter a color code. So if you don't know what color codes are, these are IDs for like all sorts of colors. And I'm gonna enter the one for pure red. FF0000. Oops, that's 1 0 too much. So apparently color codes don't work. So you can do like common colors like cyan. I think pretty much all the colors you have in Minecraft. Awkward. So of course, things I know, you can do yellow, you can do blue, you can do red, you can do lots of colors. It's really cool. For now, I'm going to stick with a cool looking color like blue or yellow. I don't know. I'll stick with blue for now. And you'll see my text actually popped up blue. And that's actually pretty cool. Now, you might say, what if we want in one tellraw line texts with many colors? Now, this is where the different curly braces segments come in. So here we do another segment, and then let's do text. Welcome to somewhere. I don't even know what I'm saying here. It's just something random, something like for testing. And color And let's make this one yellow. Oh, there we go. Oh, and a space before this welcome. Possibly a comma as well. There we go. Now that's cool. So basically, pretty much, yeah. This is like how to add colors and how to add like text. Now let's actually take a look at doing like different types of font. So if I actually do this right here, it says hello in red, and you realize it's actually kind of different because normal hello isn't italicized. This one is. So text hello, of course, same as usual. Color red, same as usual. We actually do another thing called italic, and then true. True, of course, it's not a string. So if you're not familiar with programming, there are these things called like strings, where it's like a some words. So like they're called strings. And then there's also these things called numbers, which are basically just numbers. And then there are also like values. So normally we don't encase like values, for example, true or false, in quotations. So there's no quotations here. Now let's try to declare something else. Bold. You can also do that. So bold. Oops. True. And there we go. Bold and italicized. So there are many different styles. If you're curious, you can look those up. And there's even one style in which it makes like the text just flicker and never stops. But like I said, I don't use these often, and I personally don't think these to be too useful unless you're trying to make a map that makes things look fancy. And I'm not about fancy. Anyways, let's actually take a look at a real life application of this command. So, for example, if I want to have a door, and actually not like a door, but like a gateway. Maybe a door, maybe not, but like some sort of gateway. And you see what I'm talking about in a sec. Okay, so if I want to have some kind of like cool gateway kind of thing, and here let's have a command block. Now, why do I do this? Because every time when someone walks across this gateway, I want it to say hi or like welcome, and then their name. So like let's do the magical word. I don't know why I call that magical. Tellraw. At P, the nearest. We don't want to tell all players. We want to tell the nearest player. Okay. So tell the nearest player, and let's like text. Welcome to this gate. It's actually very hilarious. Color. And let's make this one yellow. That's yellow. So if you're wondering what's up with my voice, or what's up with my like typing, what's up with like my I'm kind of like, I can't say dumb, but like my brain's not at its best right now because it's like 12 o'clock something at night, and I'm recording late at night, and my brain is not at its best, to say the least. Anyways, now let's actually do this in a separate segment, I would say. So, text. Oops, I forgot about the quotes. Very important, very important. Text. And I'm going to leave that empty, since what we need is actually in extra. Comma, extra. Again, I forgot about the quotes. See, that's what I'm talking about when my brain just sort of goes numb. Extra. And, okay. Colon. And then, like square brackets, curly braces, and inside let's do selector. Selector. And then let us do at P. So now, actually, let's declare some colors for this one, so that like the color will be different. Color. And come on, dude. 3 times in a row, I've forgotten the quotes. Okay, anyways, if ever one of your tellraw commands don't work, always check the quotes, because they're just so easy to like forget. The quotation marks, not the quotes. Quotation marks. Color, let's do red. Hopefully should work. Boop, there we go. Oh, and a bit of a graphical thing. Let's do it here. Oops. Text. Let's actually add a space and a comma here. Or not necessarily a comma, but like just a space. So that before it looks like this without a space. Now it looks like this with a space. So, like I said, from here on, it might look a bit, well, not from here on, but like from the armor stand on, it might look a bit hairy, like the command itself. It might look a bit hairy and like hard to crack, but if you actually look deep into it, it makes sense. That's gonna do it for this video. I hope you enjoyed, and I will see you next time with part 2. Guys, goodbye.